What's going on, everybody? Mike McIntyre here, back from All Things Sports, bringing you a brand new review. And I'm super pumped about this one because I've been waiting for these for a long time. So, without further ado, let's get into this brand new video. Alright guys, Mike McIntyre, All Things Sports, back with a brand new video. Before we get into it, you know what to do. Hit the like button. Hit the bell notification, hit the subscribe button. We want to get this thing bigger. The more I can get on board, the more videos I can bring you like this. So please take care of that business and let's get into this review. So here we go. I have the brand new Puma Future Z 1.3 in the new Neon Citrus colorway. Now, these dropped a little while ago in terms of press releases, but it took forever for them to arrive in Canada. I finally got my hands on them. I was actually excited to do a review on this one just because I've been a fan of the Puma Future line, but I've really not liked the Puma Future Z up until this point. This one, however, kind of throws it back to the last Puma Future, the 1.5 and the 1.6 that we got, that were phenomenal boots and ones that I'm honestly still wearing. So let's get into the unboxing. Unboxing, it's very simple. Simple box. You get the boots themselves. And that's it. Now, like I said, I've really been critical of the Puma Future Z just because I thought the Puma Future, the last generation that we had, the 1.5 and the 1.6, which was the same boot, was phenomenal. Then they went to the Puma Future Z and I really wasn't a fan of the new tech, the way they kind of created the upper and all of these things. They just didn't formulate the same kind of feel that the Puma Future 1.5 and 1.6s did. This time we still have the Future Z branding, but we've gone back to something that's a little bit more familiar and similar to that Puma Future 1.5 and 1.6. So I'm really excited about this one. I think this is a legit good boot, kind of throwing it back to the way the Puma Future should be. And the upper is no longer affected by that silly band that they put throughout the midfoot. We have the second generation of this fit form technology, or the fusion fit technology, where you have the band in that midfoot area. But instead of being a physical band that really sort of hindered the fit on the original Future Z, this time it's kind of woven into that knitted material and it's creating a lockdown around the laces that, at least from my first impression, looks really, really good. So you do have an Evo Knit Pro knitted upper, and then of course you have the fusion fit system designed into that. So you have exposed knit through the midfoot and obviously in the heel area with an external heel counter back here. And then you have the knitted material in the forefoot that really reminds me of that Puma Evo Power Vigor, which is fantastic. It has a nice durable covering on top of that. There is a very large seam that runs throughout this sort of front third of the boot, but they've done an excellent job in blending the two kind of upper materials together. Even though it's supposed to be a knit, this one's exposed and this one has some sort of durability covering. And they've also added this 3D grip element on both sides of this forefoot area. So you can see there's these raised ribs here. They will provide you just a little bit of grip, and then of course you have a little bit more of a subtle coating on the inside area of the boot. I think this is going to be a nice feel on the ball. I don't think it'll be too aggressive. In terms of the shape of the collar, it's exposed knitted material, which means it's quite elasticated. It's very easy to get your foot in. And from first impressions, I really like the cut of it. I think it looks quite natural. I think it's going to hug your foot really, really well. Doesn't look to me like this has gone up too high, and I don't think it's going to affect or create any kind of discomfort at the top of the foot up here. So I think that's pretty good. My personal preference has always been external heel counters. This one's an internal one, but I think it looks good and it blends into this boot quite well. And then of course you have the sole plate. So the sole plate is nothing relatively new. We saw this on the Puma Future Z. The name kind of came from that shape. It looks like you have the letter Z, the letter Z on the bottom of the sole plate. The studs are what I would call a 75% conical shape because there's just one bladed edge here that's kind of a quarter of the stud on most of them. Let's get these on feet, head over the turf, and talk about fit and feel. So slipping the Puma Future Z 1.3 on feet for the very first time, they were honestly just a tad tighter than I thought they'd be slipping them on, but it's not so tight that they create any kind of discomfort. If anything, slipping this boot on, I really feel confident in not only how responsive it's going to be and how modern it fits in terms of its sleekness and how slim it is. There's no dead space inside the boot, so I'm really, really happy about that. It fits snug, but it's not overly tight that it's uncomfortable in any way. So I'm really, really happy about that. I just thought it would be a slightly bit more flexible or just a little bit more stretchy, I guess, in terms of the knitted material through the upper to get the boot on feet. In retrospect, now that I have the boot on feet, that's kind of the whole point of this new Fusion Fit system. They're trying to create some sort of compression, some sort of responsiveness throughout the midfoot area, which is the whole point of this Fusion Fit design idea. I think they've just implemented it much better than the first generation. We have a nice snug midfoot. That Fusion Fit is supposed to lock in and shape to your foot really, really well. And then you have a very nice, slightly padded knitted material in the forefoot area that again reminds me of that Evo Power Vigor. That was one of my favorite boots I've ever worn. So I'm a huge fan of this Puma Future Z 1.3 in all honesty. I absolutely hated the first generation. These ones are good. They are honestly really, really good. I have very wide feet. I can get into them, so wide-footed people, this is a model that I think you should look at. If anything, the only thing that I can sort of criticize is the way they fit in terms of length. I feel like these are just a quarter of a size longer than past Puma boots. It's not so much that I would say go down half a size, because I think if you were to go down half a size, they would be too tight. So I would still say go true to size, but I do notice, and I think it's something that you need to be aware of, that they just feel a quarter of a size longer than past Puma boots, past experiences. Honestly, I think I might grab a pair for myself. I'm very, very impressed. I think it's a really, really good boot. So let's send it back to the desk and we'll wrap the video up. There you have it, guys. There's my review of the new Puma Future Z 1.3s. They're very good. They're honestly really good. I'm impressed. The knitted upper is very good. I love the feel of that forefoot material and it fits really, really well. If you're a fan of Puma boots, I honestly think this is one you should go for. And even if you've never tried Puma, this is one of the best boots I think that you can get at the moment. So I'm very, very impressed. I love the way the thing fits. Mike McIntyre, I'm signing off for now. All things sports. You guys know what to do. Hit the like button, leave a comment, hit the subscribe button. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Till then, take care. Peace.